Today, we're talking about some major shifts happening at the SEC. Their chief enforcer, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀, is stepping down, and his tenure has been known for taking a pretty hard stance on crypto. So what does this mean for the future of crypto regulation, and could we see the SEC take a softer approach moving forward? Alright, let's start with the big news. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀, the chief enforcer at the SEC, is set to step down on October 11th. This announcement caught a lot of people by surprise, especially because 𝗲𝗀's tenure has been marked by some pretty aggressive actions against the crypto industry. He's led over 100 enforcement actions aimed at cracking down on what the SEC calls non-compliance in the crypto space. That includes targeting some of the biggest crypto asset trading platforms in the world. But here's where it gets interesting. 𝗲𝗀's sudden departure is fueling speculation that the SEC might be shifting gears and taking a different approach to crypto regulation. Could we be looking at a softer touch from the agency moving forward? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Now, since the SEC hasn't named a permanent replacement for 𝗲𝗀 yet, Sanjay is basically the department or deputy director of the enforcement division, I should say, is going to serve as the acting director for the time being. What does this mean for crypto? Well, it's a little too early to say how Sanjay will handle things, but all eyes are on the SEC to see if there's going to be any changes in their enforcement strategy, especially with 𝗲𝗀 out of the picture. So why is 𝗲𝗀 stepping down now? Well, there's a lot of political pressure coming down on the SEC, and it's ramping up as we head closer to the 2024 US presidential election. For one, Kamala Harris, the Democratic presidential nominee, has recently voiced support for the US to become dominant in the crypto industry. On top of that, Donald Trump has said that if he's elected, he plans to fire SEC Chair Gary Gensler. And speaking of Gensler, he's been catching some heat of his own from lawmakers, agency members, and the crypto community alike over how he's handling crypto regulation. The pressure is building, and it's no surprise that some changes are happening at the SEC. So, what's the word on social media? There's definitely a lot of speculation that 𝗲𝗀's departure could mean the SEC is getting ready to change its approach to crypto regulation. Some are saying that this is the inevitable end to a campaign that has been called unlawful harassment and misrepresentation. For example, you had Jake, the chief legal officer over at Variant Fund, posted on X suggesting that 𝗲𝗀's resignation could mark a shift away from tough stance that the SEC has been taking. On the other hand, the crypto industry itself is fighting back with backing from companies like Ripple, Coinbase. Fairshake has reportedly raised over $169 million to push for a more crypto-friendly stance leading up to the 2024 election. Clearly, there's a strong movement within the crypto community to influence how regulations will shape up, and it seems like their voices are being heard. Now, let's not forget that 𝗲𝗀's tenure was quite impactful. He spent over 21 years at the SEC, 3 of which he led the enforcement division. 𝗲𝗀 himself said he's proud of the work that they've accomplished, from recalibrating penalties and dealing with emerging risks to holding issuers and insiders and gatekeepers accountable. Whether you agree with his methods or not, there's no denying that he's been a key figure in shaping how the SEC has approached the crypto space in the recent years. So, what should you expect moving forward? Well, the crypto industry is watching closely to see if the SEC will truly ease up on its tough enforcement. If a new director takes a different approach, it could be a big win for crypto firms and traders alike. And with the upcoming election, there's a real chance that we'll see some big changes at the SEC, or see how the SEC deals with digital assets. 𝗕𝗂𝗪𝗀𝗀's departure could signal a major shift in how the SEC approaches crypto regulation, and there's a lot at stake as we head into the 2024 elections. What do you think? Will we see softer approach from the SEC, or is the crackdown here to stay? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below or join us in our free Discord server. We would love to hear what you all think. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and tap that bell so you never miss another update. And if you haven't done so already, check out the video just here. It's not one you're going to want to miss.